Alright, so I'm a little bit under the weather. However, I have figured since I have the little Sony camera right here that thinks it's on a tripod even though it's sitting flat on a table, I figured I'd do another radio review. Now, I know you've seen me do the reviews of like this L-288 and the Y928. They were done a long time ago. However, I have bought another one, and it has a number on it somewhere if I can find the box for it. And it would be this guy right here, which is the L-218AM. Now the reason is because unlike these other two that are back here, these two are just FM radios. This one, I can already tell you right now, this one sounds the best. This one is the loudest, and the nicest thing about it is this one has a fucking aux cord, so you can use it as a portable speaker. Which if you could do that with this one, there'd be no reason for you to buy a portable speaker if it had some sort of Bluetooth functionality. But seeing as that I paid $10 for this one and I paid $15 for this one, and I think I paid like $14 for this guy, there's a reason I do like these is they are relatively cheap radios. They're not exactly something that you can get in the United States for cheap, and have a function that I like. But I'm not going to demonstrate it on this one because, well, it just seems like I'd be beating a dead horse at this point in time to do so. It has to do with the fact that it has a micro SD slot, or as it'd say on a TF card or whatever. Same fucking thing. Oh my god, it went into macro mode. So, since I'm doing this in a slightly different way, I might actually have to do jump cuts because I'm going to be coughing. Since, as I said before, I am sick. But now you turn this one on, and automatically it has a cool little freaking thing where it does that. And then boom, you can hear that. But before I get a copyright strike on whatever the fuck garbage this radio station's playing, this one's actually easy to use, unlike the Y928 back here to program a different radio station in which, let's say I don't want to listen to garbage music, or 80s new wave music, or whatever the fuck this radio station plays anymore. Just that, oh hey, look, I'm listening to rock music. Let's say I wanted to, I don't know, let's say I want to get my daily fill of politics. Boom, then we can listen to this annoying asshole. However, the thing that I like the most about this is, and I'm gonna show it to you right now, is that most of these radios don't have it. And it was actually hinted at in the name of the radio. It does AM, of which, sorry about the high-pitched whine. If that blew your eardrums out, I'm screwed. Don't know how to fix that. But okay, let's figure out Sean Hannity. And hopefully it's not screaming at us. 570. Okay, it's not going to do it. 0570. Oh, it's confused as hell. Oh well, whatever. I can figure out how to program the AM radio on this in the future. I had it on a country station, but as you can see, it just wanted to do nothing but whining. However, this thing has a light on it that is quite bright. That could come in handy, considering this is actually a pocket radio, in which I have pretty small hands, and this one's obviously quite small compared to this one. But yeah, no, I mean, like if you have a bunch of music on it and stuff that you like, and I guess I could probably stick the thing in there, but I don't have anything that's on from the audio library. Actually, however, I'm going to do it. Jump cut. Although quickly, before I get to playing music off the TF card, the SD card, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it has this little ring thing here and a little slot back here that is actually a pretty good idea. It's something that, well, sorry about the terrible image quality and possible shakiness of the camera, but it sticks in the back of there. So the radio can freestand on its own. I mean, I can sit there and flick it a little bit, and it sits up pretty good. Because this one, the L-288, it kind of stand up, but it generally just falls over. So, this one will stand up on its own. It has things like that on there, but if you're using it in a welding shop, the little magnet on the back of it collects everything. That's just a quick little thing. However, when I was actually programming the AM radio, I came across something interesting. Now, I know there's possibly somebody that's going to watch this that's going to be an expert in languages. And I could also probably just use a Google search. Is this Chinese or is this Vietnamese? It doesn't sound really like Vietnamese. It's got to be one of them two languages, though. It could also be Cantonese, maybe. But anyhow, mode. I don't understand how aux is even a thing. There's no aux port in this thing, unless the aux port is supposed to be for the USB, but I think it would do this instead. Play a little bassy song for you now. And keep in mind, I don't have my... I'm not using the Canon, if you can tell I'm sitting behind the camera. However, let's see how this thing plays. It plays at full blast. Turn it up slowly. As you can see, I don't know how good the microphone is on this camera, but it doesn't sound particularly like really. It's a little bit more tinny than either of these two speakers, of which these two radios right here are really bassy. But for the L-218AM, the biggest reason why I bought it was because of the AM radio, obviously. And you might be wondering why AM radio is because I like AM radio. It broadcasts further. I can stay on the same station for longer. And I really like that classic country station that was making loud whirring sounds on before. But, however, as was the usual with these things, these little Chinese radios, the main reason why I like them, it has to do with the fact that they have that little SD card slot in them, which might be weird to most people, considering most people just Bluetooth to a portable speaker on their smartphone, but I've heard portable speakers that cost more than this radio that are worse than this radio. And I was actually disappointed to find out it doesn't have an aux port. That's a headphone jack. Oh well. Hopefully you enjoyed this review. This is the L-218AM radio thing. That's just like the M12 that are behind it. Except this one. This one has a fucking aux cord in it. Anyhow, I'm Spastastic. Thank you for watching. Maybe. Oh, on second thought, I'm holding the camera now. I wanted to point out something that I find kind of amusing with these things, is that go into macro mode, you can do it. Do it. It won't do it. But if you look at, I don't know if this is coming through too clear, but this is just literally spray painted black freaking plastic. I mean, it's done on an industrial level, but that's just spray paint on top of here. I mean, it's the same case for this for this one too. I mean, other than yes, it has fingerprints all over it. I don't know if this will come through too well. Let's see if I get it just right on here. I guess I can't really, but there's like little dust specks and stuff trapped in them. And this thing has white plastic in it, and then this one's like black ABS plastic. This one I believe was also, yeah, it has the definite look of just painted plastic. How many years? God damn it. That scared the shit out of me, by the way. Turned my finger, looked like it was on fire there for a second. Anyhow, I am Ass-tastic. Thanks for watching. Loud techno music will now play.